Welcome back, everybody. In my last video, we took a look at the Better Homes and Gardens magazine. They had 4 different designs for fireplaces, and I asked you to take a vote as to which one you thought was the best, because I'm not a creative person. I like to take the inspiration from the magazines and recreate it in my home. So I asked you to help me select one, and overwhelmingly, you all seemed to pick the pumpkin design, but if you are looking behind me right now, knowing that this is a haul video, you're probably thinking, he didn't select the pumpkin design because that right there is barnwood that I got from Home Depot. And if you remember from my last video, there is one design that includes some weathered wood, and that is the witch theme. Now, if you guessed the witch theme, you're not exactly right. You're only kind of right, because I've actually decided to take elements from each of the designs and incorporate them in my decor this year. But for my fireplace, I did decide to go with the witch theme, and the reason I did that was because right next to my fireplace is a set of bookcases. They're built in, and usually the last few years I've done the unliving portraits in there. Basically, that's a projection effect that you can also do on TV. So what I've done is I put TVs in the bookcase and I hook them up to DVD players to make them play these unliving portraits, which basically look like they're paintings that move and jump out at you. Well, they don't jump out at you, but they look like they're going to. And I've done that for a few years. The kids love them, but I decided I want to mix it up a little bit this year. And I thought I would put kind of like, well, if I'm going to do a witch theme on my fireplace, next to it's going to be my sort of witch's cabinet with apothecary jars and so forth. So that kind of all flows together. And let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that I bought to do this design. And one of the other reasons, while we're at it, that I didn't pick the pumpkin design, which I love. I told you I really loved this mirror effect. But the problem with the mirror is that you have to find, well, I love the design of this mirror, and I don't think just a regular square mirror is going to give you the exact same effect. So I went to the Goodwill. Did I mention I went to the Goodwill too today? Trying to look for mirrors that would work. I didn't find anything. I tried looking in the picture frames. I didn't find anything. I also looked at Kirkland's. I didn't check out the other stores for mirrors, but I should. I'm going to start looking because I thought I could do this in my foyer. If you remember from my walkthrough video of my house last year, when you walked into my house, it's just kind of like a little entryway. I had a headless horseman there, and I had pumpkins with the jack-o'-lanterns, the light-up jack-o'-lanterns, and some regular pumpkins all kind of stacked around him, which is basically this exact same thing. So they have it spilling out of the fireplace, but I just kind of had it spilling around the corner in my entry table because the headless horseman needs jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins. So I might do that a little bit again this year, and if I can find a mirror that I love the design of, I will incorporate it into that entryway instead of over my fireplace. So the other designs were pretty cool. I really love this trick or treat, but part of my problem with this is that I did something very similar to it last year, but I did love that the fact that they use these sort of like big block letters, and I thought I could get ones that hang on the wall and maybe have like a 3D trick or treat message hanging on the wall. But I went to Michael's. Each of these letters is like $4 a piece, so it would be like 60 something bucks just to create this trick or treat sign. I just don't think it's worth it, especially when I've got my block letters, which was a much more affordable project from last year. So I'm probably not going to do that. I may end up doing nothing from this design, but if I did do something, it'll be the trick or treat lettering. Then the witch we'll come back to in a moment. And then the last were the picture frames. So I have all of these black picture frames from my last year's fireplace mantle. So I'm going to get the sort of ornate round one, paint it green, and I thought I would actually put this in the garage because, I know that probably sounds weird, but when I do my neighborhood party every year, it's outside, so it's in the driveway, it spills into the garage and the yard, and usually I will project movies in the garage, the Nightmare Before Christmas and something else. The kids well, watch it for a couple of minutes and so forth, but they're all there to, have fun and play with each other and play all the games and so forth. So instead, I thought maybe I'll just project those unliving portraits that the kids love so much in there. I think they'll get a kick out of that. And I'll have these frames sort of hung all around too. It'll just be kind of like some sort of bizarre ghostly gallery. And then the birds I'm just going to skip. So back to our fireplace design. So I'm going to do the witch theme. And if you can see, you can't see, I'm sure, the witch silhouette and the pumpkins are all sort of decoupaged with book pages. So I'm going to do like a literary witch theme, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute because I've come up with a theme this year. It's not a theme, it's a story. I'm trying to develop my living room around a story. And I'm going to start telling that story with all these props that I bought today because I just couldn't wait anymore. I had to start putting stuff out. And I'm going to start with one item that I got from Home Depot. And I have to give a special shout out to my friend out there, The Grave Man. He has a YouTube channel. And he's been insisting that I've been hinting I'm going to purchase this item, which honestly I didn't know if I would or not, but now I've decided it's going to go with my witch theme. So, The Grave Man, if you're out there watching, you are absolutely right. I did purchase it. It is very heavy, and it is this rocking chair witch. This came from Home Depot, and if you watch my Home Depot walkthrough video, you'll see I activate her in the video. She's really super creepy, super fun. She'll probably terrify the kids, which means I'm going to have to move her outside at some point on Halloween. But for the season, she's going to sit there next to my witch fireplace in front of my witch cabinet, just looking super creepy in her awesome rocking chair. So this was from Home Depot. It was $140. Now, I hate paying full price. I know if I'd waited closer to Halloween, I'd probably get her at 50% off. But I needed to put her out right away because she makes the theme, the story. All right, I'm just going to put her back on the ground. Whew. Okay, we can see from the back of the case she weighs 24.5 pounds. So she seems a lot heavier than 24.5 pounds. But my story behind the witch that I've come up with, I will tell you about in a moment, because I'm going to first show you a couple of things I bought from the Ross store, which are not Halloween related, but I think, did I skip over the first time I did this video? I did the whole thing. I went to go get the camera and I realized I forgot to hit record. So I'm kind of trying to remember what I said last time versus what I've said this time, and it's all kind of jumbling in my mind, but I don't remember if I told you the barnwood. I got it from Home Depot also. It was about $7.50 a plank, I want to say, in the wood section. And I'm going to use that to make my witch picture that goes over the fireplace. They actually had suggested in the magazine that you can get these reclaimed wood canvases from your local craft store. Well, Michael's didn't have any, so luckily I remembered seeing these in the Home Depot store. And I don't know how many I'm going to need to make this. I don't know even what size this is going to end up being, so I got 2 planks just to be safe. I'm hoping I might be able to get away with just using 1, but I'm not going to cheap out on it, so if I have to use 2, I'll just pay the extra $7.50, which I did, otherwise I'll return it. Also at Home Depot, I got, where is it? Just a whole bag full of PVC parts, because if you remember, this is a lot of remembering. Hopefully you watch all of my videos. 2 Pinterest videos ago, I saw a Cauldron Holder that I thought was awesome. Basically, it's a bar and it holds 3 cauldrons. And inside the cauldrons, I thought we'd fill them with candy. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put it on my hearth. In fact, if we look at the picture here, well, I'm going to put the 3 cauldrons on one side, probably in place of these pumpkins. I'll move the pumpkins to the other side. And one thing I did not buy, I'm just going to give you a hint. I know I've said I hated these things, but I have seen that they have sometimes the witch's legs that are hanging down out of the chimney in the fireplace. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I might. I didn't buy them this time. But anyway, I'm just kind of all over the place. But anyway, I got the PVC fittings. I already have pipe to use. So I'm going to build myself the little bar, the little rack that's going to sit there and hold the 3 cauldrons that are full of candy. So I also saw that in, where did I see that? The Pottery Barn. It was so beautiful. I was scared to look at the prices because the prices at Pottery Barn are insane. Like, I looked at the price of one of those flickering candles. It was like 60 or 80 bucks, way out of my price range. So I thought the little cauldrons, but the cauldrons that they use too were really tiny. I'm going to be using big cauldrons. It was probably $1.5 I don't even want to think about it. Anyway, that was my Home Depot trip. The witch, the wood, the PVC, all gonna work toward my fireplace theme. But the story, as I was getting to, came to me when I was at Marshall's. I figured, I'm buying all these little tchotchkes to put on the bookcase next to the fireplace to make it all witch themed. Witch needs a crystal ball. I was looking all over the place last year for a crystal ball. I never found one I liked, so I figured I'll just get a snow globe. It's kind of crystal ball-like. I love this one because it has the little skull or skeleton hands. So I'm going to call this my crystal ball. It has the skeleton bride and skeleton groom inside, which is my story. My witch is very bitter because she got married to her husband and he was fatally poisoned on her wedding night. Now, who poisoned him? We don't know, but she has been working tirelessly, reading books, living in her book world, learning spells, trying to bring him back to life. So that's the concept. We will flesh it out as we get closer to Halloween, but all came from inspiration from this Marshall's piece. It cost me $12.99. I forgot to tell you how much my PVC parts were, which were, I needed a whole crap load of them. Not that you really care, but like, I could have used teas, but I wanted to, or not teas, but like 90-degree ones, but I wanted to make like fun little angles and so forth. So these were expensive. These were like 85 cents each, and I have like a bag full of them. So I don't know how much I paid in PVC parts, but it was a lot. But anyway, I wanted to show you Ross, which I kind of skipped past. I'm just going all over the place today. But at Ross, I got these tablecloths. Now, I had to get 2 because in my big dining room, I've got basically 2 tables wedged together. It forms a 10-foot long table, and obviously I need a big tablecloth or 2, one on each, and just sandwich them together, which is what I plan to do. I love this orange color. This was $7.99. They were both $7.99 each. I don't know if you can see it. It's got a little leaf theme. It's very subtle in this orange color, and I love this. It's dark orange color. It's very fall. I figure I can use it for fall. I can use it for Halloween. And I have been saying that I've been trying to do an orange and a black theme in my dining room. So I thought this was perfect. Now, I already purchased from the Dollar Tree a few orange plates. I never ended up buying enough. I bought a few, and then I bought a few more because I hate buying a whole bunch of plates at the Dollar Tree at once because they will sit and wrap each one. It takes forever. So I would buy a couple at a time. I never found enough because I stopped selling the orange ones. Well, I was at the Dollar Tree today, and I saw they have a new orange color. So now I got to start over and buy a bunch more. But I was concerned that the first orange color was very bright and it would clash with this orange. So the new one is a little bit paler. I think it'll go better with this orange. And then I also bought from the Dollar Tree charger plates. They're gold colored, which I don't like, but I've already tested one. You can spray paint it. So I spray paint the charger black, put the orange plate on top of it, on top of my orange tablecloth. I think it's gonna look great. So those were from Ross. I also got from Ross a couple sets of dishcloths. So if you watched my other videos, you'll probably have guessed that I'm not going to be using this in my kitchen. These are to make pillows, no-sew pillows, basically. Well, you'll have to watch. I'll try and remember to link a tutorial below that I did last year, but I make some no-sew pillows out of these fun dishcloth designs. They make great Halloween pillows, a lot more affordable than buying the ones in the store. So I'm going to do this for my Secret Reaper victim, which that person is probably watching this right now because I know he or she is a subscriber. And also one of you, if you join my giveaway video. I will be doing a box full of fun stuff as well, and part of that will be I'm going to make you some no-sew pillows. I know that's kind of giving away a little bit of the surprise, but I figured this is not really the main part of the gift, so it was okay if I gave a little bit of it away. It also makes good packing material inside boxes. These were $4.99 each. So we'll just throw that over there. And back to the witch theme. So, all right, well, where were we? So the witch and the pumpkins are decoupaged with book pages. So, she's thrown herself into the world of books and spells, and she's trying to figure it all out. Well, and in TJ Maxx, I found this pumpkin. It was perfect. It's white, just like the white themes. It's decoupaged with words and some pictures of skeletons. It's got words like full moon and lantern and Halloween, potion number 31, boo, beware, etc. So it's not exactly literary pages, but it's the exact same sort of look that we're going for. I thought this is going to save me a lot of work. I was hoping I could find more sizes of these. I would just use them. But I did find the one. It was $16.99. Absolutely worth the cost for my purposes, because it fit my theme exactly. So I was very excited to see that. What else did I get? Okay, so I also looked for candlesticks at the Goodwill. I didn't find them yet. We'll get to them. The little white pumpkins I've got to find still, and the other pumpkins to go on the hearth. Ah, the broom. Okay. I found this broom at TJ Maxx too. I thought it was very, just when I saw it, it looked so awesome. Not like, it's very ornate. It's got a lot of detail. It didn't look like the cheap sort of brooms that you'd find for a witch from like Walmart or Target or something, which is why it was a little pricier. I mean, this was $20 from TJ Maxx, but it's going to go there on the hearth. So we're going to have a broom. Like I said, I'm probably going to move the pumpkins next to the broom, put my cauldrons on this side, get rid of that stupid garland I'm not going to do. Got my barnwood. Got candlesticks will come. That pretty much does it for the fireplace, I think. Then I still have to do my coffee table and my bookcases. Now, to continue the literary theme, so I've got my fireplace. On one side of it is a little bit of a hallway, so it's just kind of a little corner. And last year, I put my Edgar Allan Poe, which is just perfect for my literary theme, right in front of my Nevermore poster, right on that side of the fireplace. So fireplace, poster, Edgar Allan Poe on this side. On this side, we've got my bookcases. So I need to fill them with witch stuff. I'm going to put my 3 witches here. Hopefully you can see them behind me. We did that last year. Those are my Sanderson sisters. I have little name plaques for them too. So they're going to go on there. I picked up a few more apothecary jars too. So we'll kind of start filling out the shelves. Now, I had first thought maybe I would just put these on the coffee table, just get a whole bunch of them in different sizes and put different candies in them. But then I remembered how expensive it is to fill these things with candy. But I did have, from last year, a bunch of gumballs. Now, I bought orange originally because if you remember when I did my gumball machine makeover, I bought orange gumballs. I didn't like them. I ended up putting red ones in instead. So I figured I can start at least putting gumballs in here. They don't expire until December of this year, so it's just perfect. So I'll put orange in one, I'll put red in another. I'll have to buy some more gumballs, or maybe I'll just use those dollar store eyeballs. I don't know. So I'll have candy on the shelf too. Because usually I put the candy on the coffee table, but I'm not going to do that this year. I'm trying to go more simple. Usually my coffee table is just jam-packed with lots of stuff. So I want to keep it simple this year. So let me just move my apothecary jars. These come in all sizes. These were the smaller ones that I could find. They also sell much bigger ones at a higher price, but these ranged in prices. So this was $12.99. The smaller one here was $9.99. And then this kind of large chunky one here was $14.99. So all sorts of prices, all sorts of shapes and sizes, and fun things we can do with those. So those are going on the shelf. On the shelf also, let's see, I got this fun little witch, I don't even know what you call it, just a little figurine. So 3 dancing witches I thought I could just stash up there somewhere. It was $12.99 from Marshall's. Fits my witch theme kind of perfectly, so it's just a little tchotchke for the shelf. And then I also got these Hear No Evil, See No Evil, Speak No Evil skulls. And the reason I got these, again, came from inspiration from the Better Homes and Gardens magazine. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Here it is. They had this picture of a library, and on one shelf is just completely taken up with these skulls, the exact same that I saw. Well, they're not the exact same. These look bigger than these. And in fact, I kind of seem to remember in one of my walkthroughs, I've seen these somewhere. It might have been at Spirit. I'm not sure. If I can find these bigger ones, I will definitely replace it because I'm going to do a shelf just of these skulls. So for the moment, I will just use the ones that I got here from Marshall's for $9.99 because they're kind of fun. I love the dramatic look, and I need space or a filler for my stuff. So just go ahead and throw this over there too. All right, let's make a little bit more room. The last, oh no, not the last thing. I got a few more things. Okay, I think. All right, so on my coffee table, I'm just gonna go simple. I got some witches books. Now these are those boxes that you can get from TJ Maxx, Marshall's, pretty much everywhere. And I got a bunch of them. So I thought we'd just take a look at them real quick. One that's spiders. Now I tried to get mostly witches stuff, but I loved the graphic on this and that it was orange. And these large books, the 3 large ones, were $12.99 each. So got the spider. We got the Witch's Handbook, which is just a witch and her black cat. And then this one also says Witch's Handbook, and it's just the witch sitting with an owl on the moon. And I like that they've got labels on the spines too. I noticed some of them didn't. And by some of them, I mean the other sizes, because I got a few more. This one is Witch's Tales. It was $9.99. I got these from TJ Maxx and Marshall's, so I can't remember which came from where, but you know, they both kind of have the same thing. This one is Spells. It's a witch and a black cat and a moon. This was like an elderly witch with a black cat, which kind of goes with my theme. I like it. And then this one is also a spell book. Witch Silhouette, and I think that one's empty. All right, so these medium sizes, again, $9.99. And then there is a small size one that's $7.99. This one is potions, so I love that. And then this last one is Charms of the Witching Hour. So it says Halloween on the side. So a bunch of books. I'm going to scatter them on my coffee table along with the last thing I got. Because it's a witch, she needs her hat. Of course, it goes with the books under Dedgar, with my literary theme. It's all kind of working together in my mind. Hopefully it makes any sort of sense. But I like it. So there is my witch's hat with books, and this was $19.99 from Marshall's. And then, you know, I've got a lot of other props that I'm going to incorporate from all of my previous hauls and years, so we're going to start looking through my storage in future videos, so make sure you stay tuned for those. We're going to have a lot of fun doing this theme and decorating. We're going to figure it out together, so make sure you're subscribed. I guess I should start saying hit that bell to be notified when I upload new videos, and stay tuned. So that is it for today. Thank you for watching. Thanks for sticking with me. I hope I'll see you again soon. Until next time, take care, everybody. Happy haunting.